Okay.
Aegis now has an alt tooltip that explains how to pronounce the item. Thoughts?
That's funny.
This has been a long debate. Aegis and Aegis.
Aegis, right. What is it? Do we know?
What do you guys say?
I mean,
I say Aegis.
Aegis, right?
Aegis?
That's what I've been saying.
Aegis.
So we'll see. We'll see. When we get in game,
Great
we'll see.
start to the
Yeah.
patch.
Grant's, do you think Grant's going to make TI this year, do you think? Or do you think he's just...
I think he should. I think it's been clear the guy's come around. He puts in the work. He loves the game.
We
he
love
cares
Grant,
about the game.
but he is a man that not without sins in the past.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, we were all terrible people and toxic people in the past, and Grant shares that kind of history, but that feels like history at this point. But we all know Valve can also hold a mean vendetta. I mean, it's a spell in the game, after all.
Well, hopefully he can prove himself even more at the upcoming Epicenter here.
Do you?
Are
So
you
about this
sitting right
patch,
now?
You saw they added techies to CM, right?
Did they release the patch?
They did not.
Oh
They did.
shit, is it not? Yo, is that? Oh my god. Oh Jesus
Oh, Grant
Christ.
spilling
No,
the beans. He's out of here before the frog snaps his ass.
That was
my-
a personal text message you got from
Oh
Ice Frog.
no,
Ice Frog. Yeah.
Ice Frog cut him
contacting
off.
Grant.
on the
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Just zoom on in.
I'm
Zoom on
getting
in
there.
over
I'm seeing
right.
Jack. He's looking pretty intense.
Oh,
That's a new Jack emote right there.
dude, Jack looks pretty athletic in this.
Does he? Look how far off the ground he is. I mean, he looks like he's
Look at
going
that.
for a 9-foot jump, but he got like
No, don't
Nowhere.
go down. Don't go down. Oh, don't go down. Just keep it up here.
Keep
this
it up
looks,
there. Yeah, we
Up
don't-
here, it looks
he's
like
at the
you
start
guys are
of his
balling.
jump, guys.
We play
Stop-
above
stop
the
being
rim.
rude. Jack's a baller.
We play above
he
the
was
rim
just
here.
getting sauced on at the time.
Do you think you could slide a sheet of paper under Jack's
foot.
foot there?
I don't know.
Can we get a sheet of paper
We
under
gotta
there?
get closer.
Maybe some
Oh my
wax
God.
paper. Get under there.
Yeah, I like Cap's face too.
Yeah, Cap was. Well,
He was on
like,
my team.
Holy
Kyle's
hell.
jumping.
Glad.
Kyle's jumping.
That's as far as I could zoom in.
You know?
I don't know if we could slide a napkin under that foot or not.
I think it allows for the lesser regions to accelerate their, level of play faster because generally it's not a mechanics issue. It is a strategy and experience issue, right? So
So you felt like for Mineski in particular, that was one
Yeah.
facet of their game that just really was not at the level they needed
exactly.
it. The old noob from UA.
what nude from UA?
That was that noob from UA stuff during DAC, as we all know.
What did he do?
Noob from UA is back to his ways, or he was back to his ways for a bit there. He's, making some of the best viewing content out there, of course,
Yeah.
which is all the best parts of Dota. Cut out the farm, cut out the fat, and just get to the action
He's
only.
playing a little faster than the other channels.
He's playing very fast. This guy is blasting past Southeast Asia with with the way he makes content.
Right, okay.
And it's a market that's there and people obviously love and want, but he's doing it a bit wrong. People have paid serious money to have those voices, that camera work to be a part of their event. And as many have said, including Valve themselves, you can't just come in and take that as the first thing I noticed through the crazy group stages was that TNC and Mineski are playing much faster than all these other teams, and they are really flustering their opponents. And
Faster is an interesting term. I don't think a lot of people kind of understand what that means. And when Kyle
they're clicking faster.
When Kyle, if Kyle shows up, he said he'd be happy to stop by a little bit later.
We'll be
When he
blessed.
shows up, we can ask him what that actually means. My understanding is that it means that they when you play faster, you pick heroes that have low cooldowns, can fight all the time, and you are just always in a position like you're further in the jungle than they think you are. You're pushing past the tower faster than they think you are. You're smoke ganking before they think you are, and then you're just getting kills and fighting constantly. That's my impression of it. I could be wrong, guys. I'm not super expert, but that's what I take from when they say a team is playing faster than another team. Did anyone ever ask you? Did you ever talk about how it happened? Do you care about talking about it, or at this point, or can you tell the story?
What do you mean?
How you got kicked? People want to know.
I mean,
Could
there
be
is-
a pseudo hot cocks
I
here
know.
moment.
It isn't really like much of a story. I went to a meeting, and then the meeting with Beef had a different connotation. I haven't actually had my teammates speak to me, so I don't really know why I got kicked. So if you'd like to ask them, look,
Wow.
They'll give
I think a
you,
lot of
they'll
people
give
just
you their
assume
opinions.
it can't be as blatant as that, but in cases it can be.
Did you play in the DAC basketball game?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
it
dude,
was
he was all
actually a
about
lot
the
of fun.
basketball.
Yeah. Can you tell us who's the best basketball player?
Actually, the thing is, not many. Like, there's a lot of Europeans there. Right?
Uh-huh.
So
They
they're
suck.
really. I mean, let me just put it this way, all right? I grew up like I'm not a good basketball player by any means, but I grew up playing at like the neighborhood court, and I played at the gym.
Me too,
like,
yeah,
Over
yeah.
the last couple of years, so because I had like experience with a basketball and I'm pretty legit making layups,
Mhm.
I was a solid starter, all right?
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
There was some people that we had some issues with ball handling. We had some serious issues with aggressive cherry picking.
Oh,
Um,
God.
You'd have like some 3-on-5s at the end at your side of the court. But
You guys
then
played
it's
full
fine.
court?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Gonna
I'm
be
really
back on
excited
the
to
big
watch
stage.
the the new up and coming caster, Grant,
Yeah.
who won the open qualifier.
Congratulations, by the
casting.
way.
Congrats. For all of you guys.
Now,
Yeah.
was Moxie screwed
saying.
over?
Wait, what do you mean?
She was like the one not invited
Oh.
that competed.
No. Tea Time also wasn't invited.
Well,
Well, he may have been DQ, I think, on their own
Tea Time also
terms.
wasn't invited.
But
Right?
That was a story. Yeah, no, I agree that Moxie not get. That was shocking. That was very surprising because
she's
I
doing-
really do think that she deserved it. I do.
she's doing good things. She's putting in work. Yeah, I guess not this time, but I'm happy that Epicenter's bringing a lot of new faces up. It's a big deal. It's a major, right?
Mhm.
Again?
All you need is to play it enough to make the Chinese teams ban it against you, and that's worth enough because it's like you get a free ban then, right?
Yeah.
Because don't they hate playing against techies? They like suck at it, right?
I mean, they're very like
The Chinese play.
fear
Chinese
the
teams.
unknown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they are not about like
They're
the
still getting
wisps.
nightmares from Owie.
Yeah, Owies like techies play. Usually, like maybe occasionally Wisp. There's only a couple of like real Wisp gods out there.
Do you remember when-
Meepo? They're like, what the hell's that hero? I'm not touching that thing.
Do you remember when Wisp first came out and the Chinese scene never picked it, and everyone that were fanboys were saying that the Chinese scene doesn't play Wisp because no player's ever out of position? That was actually an argument that fans made.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, yeah, the Chinese scene doesn't value Wisp because they're just never caught out of position. And then Liquid and Alliance went to
Yeah.
China and just
Oh, yeah.
crushed
Yeah.
through this tournament with Wisp.
Shoutouts indeed to Hook Gang God. I was up very late last night.
Wednesday
I
night
was up
fights?
till 4 a.m. Wednesday night fights, which
This is a game that's
typically-
not Dota, guys. Just letting you guys know.
Yeah, Dota nerds, just turn off the ear for a moment. Dragon Ball Fighters qualifier for the West Coast was happening at the Wednesday Night Fight local. It typically runs from 9 p.m. local time till 2 a.m., but because there was a lot of extra entrants for the Dragon Ball event, it went until 4 a.m. I left at like about 1 a.m. and then watched the rest from home. Those guys are crazy, man. They did it. But now we have our 2 qualifiers, and we wait for vote-ins and our last chance qualifier, and that's all what the thing is going to look like. I did one of those ultrasounds, but we went and got one of the 3D ultrasounds, and it looked like a monster. It looked like crazy Yoda.
I know, right?
I actually have a picture here. I
Oh
would
my
love
god,
to share.
yeah, it is.
I'll have to walk up to the camera. with
Dakota's
it, I
like-
think.
Dakota's like memeing about his own baby.
Yeah, it's crazy. They look. I
The
mean,
best part about having it.
at that, yeah,
They're
early,
memeing.
I
He's
mean, this
memeing
is
about it.
Something I'm gonna put at their wedding in the future. You know. Oh Lord, yeah, this thing is.
How do you know? What do you
terrifying.
mean wedding in the future? How do you know your baby's not gonna be an incel?
Whatever it does, I'm gonna bring these pictures